Checking in with Quincy City Clerk Nicole Crispo for an update on the latest Board of License Commissioners meeting, and also to talk about the upcoming election season, which is fast approaching. Hey, Nikki, nice to see you.
Hi, Joe. How are you?
Doing great. Great. Welcome back. I hope you had a nice little respite, time off.
I did. What a great 4th of July. A little different than the norm, but it was a nice staycation. Got a lot done.
Yeah, I think a lot of folks were in that same boat for sure. That's great. But the board is still continuing throughout the summer, right?
Yes, we are. Yep. So we have a meeting, I believe it's August 18th as well. So we're just having one meeting in July and one meeting in August.
Okay, very good. And it was a pretty brief one too this week, right?
It was, yeah. So we originally had 3 items on the agenda, but the first item on the agenda asked for continuance till August 18th.
Okay, that's
So,
fantastic seafood restaurant on Newport Ave.
right.
Okay.
So we moved that to the August 18th agenda, and we went on with agenda item number 2 here regarding the request of S&H Tobacco Inc. doing business as Hancock Market, Chandrika Patel, manager, for a change of location of their off-premise package store all alcohol beverage license for 5 Cottage Ave to 1500 Hancock Street. Attorney John Meridian was there and spoke on behalf of the S&H Tobacco Inc. And literally, they're moving around the corner. So it's down there at Hancock Street across from Alba, where they're located now. They're just going to move around the corner, and they are switching managers. Chandrika has many years of experience. She's worked there in that store herself for a long time. So that went to a vote on a positive recommendation from Vice Chair Jay Duca, and seconded by Chief Keenan, and it was 5-0 vote.
Very good.
Agenda item number 3 was the hearing regarding the request of KH Retail Inc. doing business as Squantum Market and Liquors, King Jal Kumar Patel, manager, for a transfer or pledge of the off-premise package store all alcohol beverage license presently held by James and Karen Mullaney, doing business as Mullaney's, for the premise located at 205 West Squantum Street. Attorney Ian Hedges was there and spoke in favor, and talked about Mullaney's Market being there for so long, and that they were encouraged that the store was still going to be in the same place with the community, which is always a positive thing. So again, a motion made by Vice Chair Duca and seconded by Chief Keenan, and that went to a vote for 5-0. There were some updates that I'd like to let everybody know about. The number 1 was the temporary outdoor dining hours, Sunday through Wednesday till 9 p.m. We've added Thursday, Friday, Saturday till 10 p.m.
Okay.
So the difference being that we've added Thursday till the 10 p.m. hour.
Okay.
And number 2, Canning and Quincy is suspended until further notice. So we're not going to have canning permits available here at the clerk's office for the rest of 2020 as it looks now.
What's canning, Nikki?
Canning is the kids go out and they go to the supermarkets and the Walmarts, and they're fundraisers for the kids for their sports.
Gotcha. Okay, holding the can out, right?
Right,
for contributions. Okay, gotcha.
Exactly.
I didn't know you needed a permit for that. Okay.
Yes. Can't have all the kids at one place at one time. It doesn't go well.
Good point. Okay.
So, in the other number 3 was the background music on Cottage Ave.
Yeah.
We're gonna let that go forward for next week when the street is shut off.
Mhm.
When the street is shut off, they're going to have some background music down there on Cottage Ave.
Oh, okay. Pre-recorded or live?
That I don't know.
Okay.
If it's going to be pre-recorded or live, but there'll be no singers or anything like that. They're going to follow the guidelines of outdoor entertainment
Okay.
set by the state.
Okay. Very nice. Good to know.
Yeah. And the next hearing is August 18th. And that was it for the agenda for the licensing board.
Right. Yeah. Pretty speedy one.
Yeah,
And still doing them remotely, right? The meeting.
they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
How's the city doing?
That's going to be the norm at least through the summer.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of communities are going that route. I don't know of any around here that are doing in-person meetings yet.
Yeah, for everybody's safety, I guess it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, it's, why risk it if you don't have to, right?
Right.
Yeah. How is the city doing under phase 3 of the state's guidelines, would you say?
Seems to be going well. We have had a couple of complaints that if we get them, that day, we send Detective Folan right out and, it's addressed. And I think that, the residents are happy that they can go out and dine outside and the restaurants are happy that they have the business.
Yeah, and there's dine in also with capacity limits, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it seems to be going well. You wear your mask into the restaurant and then you can take it off when you're seated.
Right.
So
yeah, I think it's going to be an extended phase 3 across Massachusetts. I know the governor wants to wait and see how the science plays out, basically.
Well, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Because of you see what's happening in Florida and Texas, and you gotta take it slow.
Absolutely. Yeah. Didn't he just unveiled, I think, kind of a number folks can call if they're seeing violations for masks or distancing or things of that nature. Yeah.
And I encourage folks to do the same here in Quincy. They can certainly call my office, 617-376-1131 or 34-1134. Speak to the license board administrator. We're happy to go out and talk to the restaurateurs and do what we can.
Mm-hmm.
We want to make sure that everybody is safe, but we want to that everybody is following the guidelines and that the people that are out dining are feeling as safe.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times it's just education more than anything, probably.
Yeah.
And I know the health department too has some new kind of stronger teeth to their efforts to enforce things as well.
Yeah, and they've been out every day too.
Sure. The other big story that we're going to talk about, Nikki, is elections. And there's a lot going on with elections this year.
Right. So Governor Baker did sign the bill for the new guidelines of elections.
Yeah.
So we're just getting into it and sorting through it and trying to do the best, make the best policies available to everyone. We sent out our cards for our poll workers early so that we can get a grasp on who's going to work, and that they've been coming in. Mm-hmm. And it looks like we're getting more yeses than nos, that people do want to still work. We're going to take every precaution and probably more at the polling locations. But I think the big story in the headline is the mail-in.
Yes.
vote.
Yeah.
And so today's the deadline for those applications to be in the mail. I don't know if they're going in the mail today because it's not funded. But at some point, I know they are on Secretary of the Commonwealth's website. Mm-hmm. And you can go on there and you can fill out the application and send it to us. we'll be happy to take it. And as soon as we get the ballots in, we're going to start mailing them out.
Okay.
So there'll also be another layer, which will be the in-person early voting, which we have not had yet for a primary.
Right.
So that will, for the September 1st election, I just want to state that the election is September 1st. You know, usually we have the election after Labor Day.
Right.
This year it's going to be before. So people are going to have to get used to that too.
Yeah.
But,
well, there's no place to come back from mostly, so people probably.
Right. So everybody is home.
Yeah.
So we are going to do Saturday and Sunday, 8:22 and 8:23 for early voting.
Okay.
And we are going to do Monday through Friday, 8:24 to 8:28. So location has not yet been verified.
Oh, okay.
So we're working on the logistics of that right now. And as soon as I get it, I'll, let you know. And I'll put it in the Quincy Sun, and we'll put it on the Quincy website, and, get it out to as many people as we can in the Ledger and in all the publications, so that everybody is informed. We will do the same thing in November as well.
Okay.
And that is a more extensive time of that people will be able to early vote. That's going to be 2 weeks, both weekends. So we'll be busy.
Yeah.
But we want to give everybody an opportunity to go out and vote or stay home and vote as safe as they can.
Okay. So the early voting for November will actually be in October, right?
Yes, it will. Yeah. So it'll start on October 17th and go to October 31st.
Okay. So everything is in a speedy process this year for elections, for sure.
And to go a little further, we will have all 31 precincts open for those people that want to go to their polling place and vote.
Mm-hmm. Any changes in absentee voting, Nikki?
No, absentee voting is the same.
Okay.
So you still should have the reason, that you're unable to go to the polls, religious belief, out of the city on election day, or disability.
Okay. But just to be clear, for the mail-in, just because it's new, people have to apply to get a ballot through the mail. Is that right?
It is.
Okay.
So the way that it is set up is that the secretary will send everybody a mail-in application. Keyword being application.
Not ballot.
Right.
Application for a ballot. Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So as soon as we get those in, we'll start processing them to get the ballot back out to the person requesting.
Right. Okay. And will you be able at the city clerk's office to tabulate those mail-in ballots before the election?
So another layer, we're working through the logistics of it, but yes.
Okay.
The answer is yes.
Okay.
We will not tally anything at the end. That'll be an ongoing tally throughout the phases of early voting until election night.
Oh, all right.
But if we try to put through, say 25,000 people vote, we can't get all those ballots through one machine on election day.
Gotcha.
So
you have to do it earlier.
We need a mechanism to get them so that we can have the election results as soon as we can.
Right.
But and we're going to, we did it last time. We had the central tabulation here at City Hall.
Right. Yeah.
So that the early votes didn't go out to the polling place. Mm-hmm. We'll do the same thing.
Okay.
We're going to have this high-speed counter that scans all the ballots, and we'll have that available here to us.
Okay, yeah, no, Quincy was kind of a trial for that last time, and it went pretty
Yeah.
well, right?
Yes, it did. And on another note,
Yeah.
if I may, um, I just wanted to say thank you to Richard Churchill and Ralph Razovich, who have worked with us for 17 years here in the election department. They were the logistical team. They did all the machine work. They're not going to, they're retiring. They're not going to be back. So I want to send out a heartfelt thank you from both Joe Shea and I, who Joe worked with them too. They did a wonderful job and we'll miss them. And they're available to us for questions and things like that. But they've retired officially.
Okay, good to know, and appreciate their service, because I mean it really is a critical service, to make the election happen.
It certainly is, and it takes a big team of people, so and we're working with others, we're training and doing the best we can to make sure that it goes as seamless as it always has.
Yeah. Do you need more election workers, more poll workers?
We always encourage people, to work the polls, and we have a application here. It's more of an informational sheet. And if anybody wants to work the polls, they certainly can get the application here. I can give you a number. Joe Newton, the Assistant City Clerk, handles that, and you can call him at 617-376-1144.
Okay, very good. And I see your predecessor just can't stay awake.
He shows himself on a weekly basis.
Nice to see you, Joe. Do you think, Nikki, you'll have the votes counted that night on election night? I know.
I can't say, but we should have something.
Okay.
We will have something unofficial by, it could be, 9 o'clock the next morning, but we'll have something. We're not leaving until we have something.
Okay. Yes. Back to the old days of
yes, exactly.
Okay.
Too bad John Gillis wasn't still around.
That's right. For folks who have questions again or want to get more information, how do they do that?
Certainly, they can go on to the election website. We'll be updating that. We have not yet, but we'll be updating that with all the early voting times. And there is an application online for the mail-in. There's an application online for the absentee. And if you have any questions, you can certainly call the election office, 617-376-1144-4342.
Okay, good to know. And so if folks don't want to wait for that application to come in the mail, they can go to the website and get it themselves.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay. Take care.
All right. Nice to see you.
You too. Bye-bye.
Joe, don't give Nikki too hard a time now. She's got enough to do. Bye-bye.
He's so good. Thank you.
You're welcome.